And we are live. We're doing it
Live.
again, brother. Yes, sir. So we're doing it
Another
again, man. Another one. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. So today we're going to be talking about what everybody's talking about right now. It feels like it. Oliver Anthony's Rich Man North of Richmond.
I like that.
But we're not
Play
talking
on
about the
words.
video, right? Go ahead. What'd you say, bro?
I like that play on words. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Woo!
Rich men north of rich men.
He did
Ooh,
that.
that's something a rapper would say.
Right. I didn't. I was like, I was confused. I didn't know what he was talking about. I know that tea hot. Anyways, hey, so we're gonna be talking about what the media is saying about, and it's crazy. It's shocking to me what the media is saying about this song. Because can we agree? I mean, when you first heard it, what did you think about the song?
Only heard it once, and it was today, and I thought it was a passionate, soulful song. Just speaking about the struggle. I mean, rappers talk about their struggles and all that. It's just a common thing to do.
Right.
Comedians, make jokes out of their struggle. I just thought he was voicing his frustration through creativity through his music.
Facts. Like, who can't relate? Like, a lot of people, a lot of working class people can relate
Definitely.
with what he's talking about. And it's just kind of crazy to see the reaction. So we're going to look at what the media is saying about this song. And then you be the judge. You go listen to the song. You decide for yourself, what does this song actually mean to you? And then let's look at what the media is saying. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at it. So we got,
How long has the song been out?
bro, like 11 days or something like that.
Oh, really?
Not
Okay.
even that long.
All right.
And it's like, we just looked at it. It's like number 3 on Spotify
In the world, right?
in the world.
Number 3 in the world.
Nobody even knows who this guy is. You get what I'm saying? That's how you know that it's resonating with people.
Right, because he's not like already famous. Is that what you're saying?
Right. He's
so
not
for him to be
famous.
number 3, that means like it's really, really powerful and good music. Then
Like, you gotta, he's doing something to people. People feel a certain way when they listen to this song. And that's why it's number 3. It's crazy. Taylor Swift number 1, and then number 2, I don't know, the girl Rodrigo, whatever, Olivia Rodrigo. I'm pretty sure they're superstars with like millions, tens of millions of followers on Instagram. This dude, I'll be surprised if he even got 10,000.
I don't even know his name. Well, okay, Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony.
Now I know his name.
So let's look at it. First things first, right? Variety. You know Variety?
Yes,
It's a pretty big publication, right?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So here's what they said. They said Oliver Anthony's Rich Man North of Richmond is an instant smash among conservatives, while progressives wonder if he's a plant. What?
First of all, how do they know? Like,
How he leans.
not only how he leans, like when did they poll all these conservatives that quick and all these progressives
This
on
fast.
this song that quick? You know what I'm saying? How do you know that conservatives is a smash hit for them and progressive like
That's a good point.
where's y'all survey that shows that
Where is this Gallup poll that y'all did
right
to tell y'all that conservatives love this song and progressives think that he's a plant? What? This doesn't even make sense. Like, let's see what they say. A virus sensation, too good to be true. Look at the way they start in the freaking article. Like, what? Too good to be true? Right? Too right to be true? Or as an authentic working class hero, which is something to be. What? Since the Virginia natives' Rich Man North of Richmond song began taking off, let's see. What right-wing attitudes are suspected of being an industry plant? Basically, you already see what they're doing. They're just trying to pour some water on some heat right now. The song is on fire. They don't like it because it's talking about politicians, the elites.
right.
So they're trying to pour some water on it. Crazy.
I mean it's to be expected, though, right? I mean, anything that gets the attention of millions of people,
Yeah,
the law of numbers
that's
takes
true.
over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Anything like any sample size like over 100, you're gonna find some that really agree, some that disagree,
right.
some that are perplexed.
Jesus let the perplexed be perplexed.
When he gave a sermon, some people believed, some people didn't. Some people were perplexed, and he let the believers believe. He let the perplexed be perplexed, as our homie Jim Rohn would say.
He would say that.
And so I'm not surprised by this.
That's but the thing for me is like this: they wonder why people don't trust the media anymore. Because it is.
Right. You're supposed to just be a broadcaster of news.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take a side. That's for like other people,
Right.
like in society. You're just supposed to deliver news. Like, hey, this song is a big hit. It's from this guy. He's from here. Blah 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 blah.
This what it's about.
Right.
What do you think?
Right.
Or I mean, this is more of an opinion versus like, this is more of an opinion. And then also it looks
versus
like
journalism.
versus journalism. And then also it looks like you're a propaganda machine for the elites. That's what it makes this look like. Anyways, let's look at what the next one, right? Let's see. What is it? This is what is it? NBC News. How an obscure country artist's viral song became a conservative anthem. I don't understand that.
Right.
What?
Maybe I need to listen to the song again because I've only listened once.
He talks about all politicians. He didn't say Democrats. He didn't say left, right. He just said politicians.
I think maybe because of like one of the biggest issues right now is inflation, and he mentioned like inflation, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's happening under which administration?
True.
The blue administration,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was the main thing he was calling out, and so people, how sometimes like your own guilty conscience is like associates yourself to something that wasn't even technically directed straight at you.
Right.
I forgot what that's called, but anyways, that's like kind of what's happening here. You see, talking about inflation, it's like, oh, it's a conservative, plan and all that. It was like
cognitive bias. Is that what they call it?
So I think so,
because it's a bias, right?
Well, what I'm speaking on is like
maybe I'm using that word wrong.
Someone will make a statement, like it could be to a group, and not even mean it to a specific person, but that person like feels so guilty about it that they like take offense to it because they know that they associated with that. Kind of like how they know, like, oh, this inflation is under this Democratic administration,
right?
And so it's like it feels like an attack, but it's like he didn't make it about Democrats. Like he just like mad at the inflation.
Yeah,
he didn't say I'm mad at inflation and F the Democrats for making this inflation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay to be upset with an issue, just because it's under a specific administration doesn't mean that the person hates that administration. Right. I can still not like this issue.
I'm just talking about the issues.
Right.
And then also he said rich men north of Richmond, which is obviously Washington, D.C. He's talking about all of them in Washington, D.C. He's talking about basically, I think, the establishment in general. Right? So it's just weird to see this, right? Just look at the pattern. It's like somebody presses a button. This is what it looks like. It's like somebody up here who controls these people, controls the media, presses a button, says, here's what y'all better say, right? Look at the next one. It's like the next one says Richmond, north of Richmond. And this is what? The Oklahoman? Whoever. I've never heard of that. You ever heard of it? Look at this. Richmond, north of Richmond. Hitmaker Oliver Anthony has gone viral with right-wing pundits. What?
Whoa.
Okay, that's that one. Forbes. Let's see what Forbes says, right? Everybody knows Forbes. Controversial. Richmond, north of Richmond. Oliver Anthony's hit song championed by The Right.
Wow.
What?
I mean, I feel like this is just making it bigger because it's
It's
like
just making it bigger.
if the song would have just came out and been the song,
Nobody will care.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you feel like it. You, that's also another thing too. It's like, oh, you must have felt threatened to have to react like this, which also is why it's going to get even bigger. To my point, because you must agree that with you must agree that some of this stuff is powerful too
Yeah.
for you to even react.
You agree there's some truth in that song. Hey, we can't let everybody.
Somebody was outside yelling 6+6 is 7. Like you're not even gonna react. Oh, that person crazy. Like you know what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna make the nightly news.
Right.
6 plus this man says 6+6 is 7. Let's talk to him. They're not even gonna talk to you. But this, y'all just look at this. Whatever this is,
What
the
is this?
independent.co.uk. It made it all the way to the UK. Why do y'all care? A viral right-wing anthem by country singer.
Phobic. I gotta listen to this song again.
No, because he said there's a line in there. I heard it. I rewound. I was like, "Ooh, that's good." He was saying like, "Because you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds." He was talking about them taking advantage of welfare. He was saying something the government shouldn't be paying for your. I got the lyrics right here. Let's see. He said,
I mean that is a little edgy.
"No, it ain't. He
Yes,
right.
it is.
You big boy. Talking about you want to, hey, go ahead and hit the gym." That's what he said. He said hit the gym. So this is what he said.
I'm not saying it's not right, but it is controversial.
It ain't as controversial as WAP. All right, let's see. This is what he said. He said, in the obese milk and welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds. He said taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Yeah. Well, I mean, all right, I'm gonna leave that one there. He said it. I didn't say it.
There you go.
And then he said, all right, so this one, fat phobic, offensive, whatever. Okay, so that's the UK. Then TMZ, of course, TMZ. New anthem from unknown artist. Right wing music boom. Whatever. Okay. What's the Daily Dot? Newfound right wing country music celeb. How do they even know he leans right? How do have they like reviewed his
One song
history?
they decided who he is.
They've already decided who the guy is.
One song.
One song. All right. Let's see. What is this? Anyways. So that's what they say about that. Let's see. About this one. This is the Rolling Stone. Right-wing influencers just found their new favorite. What? Country song? Seriously? Like, why does it have to be so right-wing, conservative? Like, why are they so threatened? That's what makes me think. That's why I started questioning stuff. Because the media, whenever they fall in line like this, I'm like, who told y'all to fall in line like this? Because it's pretty evident if all of y'all at the same time dropping the same things. This isn't journalism. This is an opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is an opinion. So it's just interesting. What do y'all think? Like when you see stuff like this, I don't care whether you lean left, lean right. It doesn't matter. If you listen to the song, he's just talking about working class people, right? He was talking about, I guess during COVID, he was going to work and very depressed, and he's seeing prices of everything going up. He ain't got enough money, right? We're being taxed like crazy. The dollar ain't worth nothing. Is he lying? That's a right-wing issue. I guess only right-wing people are mad about inflation and gas prices being through the roof.
And then not to mention that the median income has been, stagnant for over 10 years. And, only like in the last couple of years has it finally started to go up a little bit. But I mean, it's far, below, keeping pace with inflation. All the inflation we've had, like home prices and cost of education, all that stuff. So,
Right.
So yeah.
Like, think about it. Also, you sent me a video on IG, and it was talking about this was like back in '99. Was the video from like what was it?
Right. Yeah. Your brother
My
sent
brother
that. Yep.
sent that, right?
99.
'99, and gas was what? A
One,
dollar,
125.
$1.25, and people were going crazy.
Because they were talking about it might go up to 150. And like they were like panicking. Yeah.
Panicking. Now, what is gas right now?
I don't know, like 360, something like that.
Crazy. And then 3 years ago, before COVID, the gas prices were $1.90 something, almost $2.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I think it was. I remember it being super low, like $1.90 something, maybe $2. Of course, people are going to talk about that. That's an every person issue.
Right.
Eggs through the roof. I think eggs.
Woo. Yeah. They went up like crazy.
Went up like crazy. But people making more money with inflation? With how inflation is just tearing people's lives apart. People aren't making that much more money? Are they even making more money?
Right. Yeah. The wealth gap is like only getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
It's like getting to scary levels. What, Jaylen Brown,
who's the
was even
best
player
in the NBA?
Was even an All-Star last year?
I don't think he made the All-Star team.
Just signed the biggest contract. They made history, like $300-something million.
He's getting paid $63 million a year.
Who is the average person getting 60,000? That divide is, I mean,
it's insane.
It's just one example, but I mean, it was never this crazy.
It was never this crazy. And then also, if you think about it, like the middle class used to be a big part of America. Now it's like it's just like here with inflation and prices being where they are, you're basically erasing the middle class because middle class can kind of live comfortably.
Right.
Now you got to make a little bit of money. You got to make some money to live comfortably now, based off where things are.
Exactly.
Crazy. Anyways, so it made me think too because you watched the movie Sound of Freedom.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that a political movie at all?
No, absolutely not.
It's about children.
Right.
Isn't it something that we should all like agree on? Like, yo, God's children are not for sale. Like, if I don't care if my sister's on the left and I'm on the right, me and her both agree that our children should not be touched by, like leave our children alone.
Right.
That's a consensus thing.
Right. And this was like, it was calling out human trafficking.
It was calling out human trafficking of children.
They literally didn't mention a single country, a single government organization, a single
political party.
So nor could they. It's not political. Yeah.
It's not political. It's a human rights issue. It's a human thing.
Right.
All of them did the same thing. Right-wing pundits. For example, if you look like let's see. Oh, this is another one. Let's see. Sexually repressed right-wingers would rather you sing about shooting people than WAP. First of all, if you listen to his song, it talks about... Anyways, let's not go there. So they'd rather you listen to Cardi B talking about wet ass whatever than you listen to that song. Anyways, it's crazy. But this is what the Rolling Stone was saying about Sound of Freedom. This is mind you, I don't know if you've seen the movie. It's one of the biggest blockbuster movies of the year. Surprised everybody. I think it's over 150 billion the last time I checked, or million in revenue. I think, and it's only in America, by the way. So this isn't like a global movie. They didn't want to show this movie. Disney wanted nothing to do with it. Netflix, all these streaming platforms wanted nothing to do with it, to where Elon Musk said, if they don't want to do nothing with it, I'll put it out on X.com now. What happened? So look at what they said about. So let's look at what they said about Sound of Freedom, right? It's a superhero movie for dads with brainworms.
Wow.
You're a dad. You watch the movie. When you see them say stuff like this, like how do you feel when you see this?
That's unfathomable that that's even possible. It's like saying that it's like them like getting upset or saying something negative about someone saying that people should have clean air to breathe. It's like what?
Why would you get mad at
Who
that?
could what? What? How- that's crazy and it's scary. It's like, hey, like don't steal children and sexually abuse them. And then this is what you say?
This is what they say.
That's scary, man.
That's crazy. Look at this, bro. Washington Post. Sound of Freedom is a box office hit whose star embraces QAnon. So they're trying to link a low budget film about child sex trafficking.
My gosh.
Almost topped the box office. This is the Washington Post. This is a legendary publication in America saying this. Trying to link this to like conspiracy theory stuff. Like, what about stealing a child is a conspiracy theory?
Right.
What about like we trying to act like this doesn't exist?
You think they're saving non-existent children? Like what? Like so what? Are they trying to do this for money or something? Like what are you
what are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
Exactly. So I think with stuff like this, going back to my point, this is why we don't trust you, media. This is why we don't believe you, media. This is why, what's his name again? I'm forgetting his name. Oliver Anthony.
Because if you could say something like this about something as black and white as that, oh my gosh. Let alone something that's, any bit controversial at all.
Right. Like who would say this? Like who my boss, if I had a boss and I was working at the Washington Post and I just watched Sound of Freedom, there's no amount of money you could pay me to write something like this. It's about children. Mind you, this is what they write. Yeah, so, I mean, basically, this is just craziness and the reason why we don't believe the media at all.
Right.
I mean,
the mainstream media, at least.
Mainstream media. But even the local ones, they're bought out by, like, you see these Fox, such and such. They're owned by Fox.
Right.
So they're obviously getting their messaging from somewhere. Hey, we need you to say it. You seen that video where they're all in unison?
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's
I
like,
think I have that saved on my Instagram, yeah.
it's like, what? This is the reason why. Like, they're all in unison. They'll say Cardi B's great, but they'll tell you you're a right-wing conspiracy theorist if you listen to this song.
Or watch Sound of Freedom.
Or watch Sound of Freedom, a movie about saving children, innocent children. You shouldn't watch that.
Their own headline. Go back to the last one that you had up.
This one? By Washington Post?
I think so.
Hold on. Let's see. This one?
Yeah, look. It says about child sex trafficking. In their own thing. About child sex trafficking. What? How could you attack that in any way?
It's hard to understand these people, bro. Unless, here's the thing. And I'm not saying that they are. But the only reason why somebody would attack a movie like this, either you know somebody that's involved in this stuff,
Right.
or you're involved in this stuff.
Right.
Because why
Period.
else? Why would you try to justify
Why
this?
else? Why else? Tell us why else. Because I can't think of another reason why else. For something as seemingly black and white as that, like, hey, don't sex traffic children.
Don't touch them.
People should breathe clean air and be able to have clean water. For you to say something against that must mean that you have a vested interest in
Not having it
not
that way.
not having it that way. That's basic logic.
So, I don't know. You guys tell us. You look at this. You think for yourself. This is the thing. See, they think we're dumb. Here's what I've realized. These people think that we're dumb and we can't think for ourselves.
Or that they're just so much smarter.
I think that's what they think. That we're just so much smarter. They can put like titles like this and we'll just look at them and be like, you're right. And a lot of people will, which is sad. But a lot of us, we see right through the BS. And we're waking up, and a lot of people are waking up. See, here's the thing: you media, you're the reasons why people like us are waking up, and like this is just straight up BS. We don't trust you, so anything you now come out with that you want us to believe,
Right.
I'm gonna question.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, you kind of pushing this on me. Why?
Exactly.
Why? Because you're no longer. You just showed us you're no longer journalists.
Because if you can disagree with something that's black and white as this, you can disagree with anything then.
And what kind of human being would disagree with something like this? Like, why would you? So people say the acting, blah blah blah. Forget the acting. What about the message about the movie?
Wait, the acting. What
No, they try to get the acting was mediocre and bad film. So try to get people to not go see the movie. I'm like, it's bad acting. You know what I mean? Like, okay, bad acting, whatever. What about the point? Talk about the point. Talk about how this is a $150 billion a year industry. Talk about how little
they could have
kids
just made a documentary. They tried to act it out to make it more entertaining. You want to come at the acting?
come at the acting. You know what I mean? But anyways, you guys let us know. Obviously, this stuff like is it's crazy to see, but it is reality. Like years ago, if you would have told me stuff like this would be happening and the media would be working like this in unison to counteract truth and stuff that's really happening to kids and stuff like that, I would call you a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like turning out in 2023 that a lot of conspiracy theories that they say are conspiracy theories are actually not conspiracy theories.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother pod.
Pod.
So yeah, man, do me a favor, just comment what you think and share it with somebody. Yes, sir. Share it with somebody. Remy here. Sandman right there, man. We'll be doing a lot more, man. Let us know what y'all think. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.